Okay friends, so today I am going to explain about the interpolation and upsampling. What is requirement of upsampling, and is it upsampling is really sufficient? What extra thing we require to avoid the unnecessary spectral images that are occurred during upsampling process? What are the filters required? All those things we are going to discuss in this chapter, in this video. So second, upsampling is the process of inserting zero valued samples between original samples to increase the sampling rate. Upsampling adds to the original signal undesired spectral images. Now let us understand this point. Now we have a signal, for suppose we have 4 points here, and this is what my original signal x of n, for suppose if this is x of n. If for example upsampling is done by a factor of L, so L is equal to, for suppose, 3. Then in upsampling process what we do is we insert 2 zeros in between one sample and another sample. Then second sample to third sample, again we have to add 2 zeros. Again third to fourth we have to add 2 zeros. So that means inserting zeros in between the samples definitely increases the upsampling, the sampling rate. But what happens is, when we try to reconstruct the signal, this is my original shape, but instead of getting this original shape, what we will get, if we combine all these things, a different signal than the original signal. This is the problem occurs with the upsampling process in time domain. The same thing if you would like to explain in frequency domain, that is a different case. So in this class I am going to explain what is the effect of upsampling, and after upsampling what happens to the spectrum, and to avoid the unnecessary information overlapping from the other spectral domain to the original spectral domain, what we have to do. All those things we are going to discuss in this connection. So interpolation and upsampling. In the second slide we have interpolation. Interpolation in the DSP sense is process of upsampling, that means for example by a factor of L followed by a filter, low pass filter most of the cases, followed by filter. So if it is followed by filter, to avoid, remove the undesired spectral images. So this we are going to discuss what are the undesired spectral images that are affecting this upsampling process. We are going to discuss with the Z domain explanation, frequency domain analysis of upsampling process. So what is finally is the upsampling followed by a filter which removes the undesired spectral images is called as interpolation. In math sense, interpolation, this is but result is conceptually similar. To create in between samples from the original samples, the result is as if you had just originally sampled your signal at higher rate. So what we have to do is, if we want to convert from the low sampling rate to the another high sampling rate, we have to insert zeros, and after inserting zeros you require to pass through a filter. But what is the cutoff frequency of the filter, how to determine what cutoff frequency is required, and all those things we are discussing with the help of Z domain analysis. The primary reason to interpolate is simply to increase the sampling rate. To get a very high sampling rate, we require this process. The interpolation is simply the ratio of output to the input rate. It is generally referred as L, or sometimes in some textbooks we generally denote this by I. I and or L both are okay. There is no problem with I, or sometimes somebody represent with I, somebody represent with L. That is not an interpolation in L. So this is not a big issue. So for example, upsampling symbol is up arrow. This is the upsampling symbol, and followed by how many number of zeros we are going to add. How many number of zeros we are going to add is L minus 1 number of zeros, not L zeros. This is, you have to take precaution at this point. If input is x of n and output is y of n, then formally upsampling can be expressed as x of n by L. This point we have to understand it very clearly. For example, I have 4 samples, 1, 2 and 3 samples. For example, for better understanding, let us take only 3 samples. Then this is sample amplitude is 1. Suppose this amplitude is 2 and second amplitude is 2. Now we are inserting, this is x0, okay, this is x1 and this is x2, for suppose. Now x of 0 value is x of 0 value is 1, x of 1 value is 2, x2 value is 2. Now for example, I have inserted 2 zeros in between. This also I have inserted 2 zeros. Now what happens to y? Y0 is same as x0. That means 1 only, x0 only. But what happened to y1? Y1 is nothing but 0 only. Y1 is 0. This sample. Y2 is also 0. Then what about y3? This is very important point here. y3 is equal to x1. This is important point. Similarly, y6 becomes x2. In general, what happens if you expand like this? Y9 becomes x3. Like this, in general, if you generalize this one, then it becomes y of n is equal to n by L, because here L is equal to 3, 1 by 3. The y n by y of n is equal to x of n by L. X of n by L. Because y6 is equal to here x of n by L. So understood? Next. In this way, if we take the Z domain analysis, y of n is equal to given by x of y of n. What is y of n? In the previous slide I explained y of n is equal to x of n by L, or otherwise for remaining it is 0. y0 is 0, y1 is 0, but y3 is equal to x1. Similarly, y4 0, y5 0, y6 is equal to x2. So like this it becomes. So then what we have to do, even zeros, anyway adding zeros does not give anything. So y of n we replace with x of n by L and z power minus n. Then it becomes, for example, if we take n by L value is equal to, for example, if I take k, this becomes z power minus kl. But how to write z power minus k? Z power L whole power minus k. If you z power L whole power minus k, this becomes x of z power L. Then after substituting z is equal to e power j omega, then omega means omega is equal to e power j omega L. This can be represented by x of omega L. That means what is happening? Y of omega becomes y of omega becomes x of omega L. What is x of omega L means? Or L is equal to, for suppose 2, if you take x of 2 omega. That means what is happening? Let us take one spectrum here, x of omega. This one is x of omega, for example. Then x of 2 omega becomes, is scaled by half factor. That means the signal compresses. Don't think that x of 2 omega expands the signal. No. Its scaling is 2 omega, means it compresses the signal. As shown below, the upsampling compresses the DTFT by a factor of L along with the omega axis. So what happens if it is original signal? If x of omega, let us suppose this is this case, what happens? We have to consider only from minus pi to pi. Originally we need to consider only for one period. If we consider one period, there is a signal 0, then a triangular signal is there, again 0 is there. 0 is there. That means the signal is only like this, shape is like this. But what happens after compression, after inserting zeros, it becomes compressed. That means within minus to pi, this triangle also has come, and extra these images have come. That means half triangle here and second half triangle here. That means instead of only 0 and a triangle and 0, we are getting this extra portion of half triangle here and half triangle here. For understanding, I am explaining this. It's not that something is there, something is present from the outside of minus pi to pi. That means undesired spectral components are coming to this particular range from minus pi to pi. So that means what happens is, this half triangle and this half triangle is not required for us. So we have to use a filter which allows only a signal from minus pi by L to pi by L. So we require a filter of cutoff frequency pi by L. Pi by L means only up to this part. We require only up to this part. Even though signal is compressed, the shape should not be affected. We don't want this unnecessary data. We want only some up to some point 0 and a triangle and up to some point 0. This same signal spectrum shape should be there. So these unnecessary spectral component should be avoided. For that we require a filter. In next slide we are going to discuss about the down sampling process is also there. In down sampling, that means what is finally what is our understanding is, for upsampling we require a filter after upsampling. So for decimation we require filter before downsampling. So that explains here, and thank you for understanding. If you have any doubt still, you can ask me through your comment box. Thank you.